Have you ever encountered this question by yourself or by people around you, maybe your father, mother, relatives, friends, that what is the purpose of life? Most of us have thought about this question at some time or other, right? If you really think about it, there is actually no inherent purpose to life. If you go through the history of life since its evolution from 2 billion years ago to the point where we are right now, there has been no specific purpose to life apart from just being alive. Yeah, that's the only purpose to life. It's just to stay alive and to experience. So then, if there is no purpose to life, it means that it's entirely up to us how do we want to conduct our lives. How do we want to experience this that has been given to us? And that's where our understanding of our moral conduct or any way of conducting life comes into the picture because it is up to us how do we want to conduct it. So we have created set of rules so that everyone can live peacefully and live their life to their fullest. Now, there are hundreds of thousands of books that already have been written on how one should conduct their life. There already have been created enormous number of ethics and moral principles already integrated into our culture, which we don't even need to study in some book. They are just inherently embedded in how we grow up, how our environment nurtures us, and how we learn to be, how we learn to exist in that environment. Since every life is independent, right? And every life has its own unique experience. Everybody has a right to conduct their own research, for the lack of the right word, for like to be curious about life, to figure out how and what they want to do in their lives. So one thing that I have come to understand that the first principle you should start with is authenticity. Now, what is authenticity? People many a times confuse authenticity and honesty. So let me clarify. Authenticity is simply being congruent with your inner self. It is just simply being the way you are. It may be confusing, right? But it is the congruence between your inner reality and how you, the congruence between your inner reality and your self concept. What does that mean? It means that simply you just allow yourself to be. If you're feeling anger, then you let yourself you let yourself feel anger. If you're feeling sad, you let yourself feel sad. The problem with our society is it has conditioned us to repress our own emotions. It has conditioned us to be certain way to be accepted by others or to be loved by others. Love is again an entirely different concept, but that repression has led to so much of inner turmoil, and its effects are the amount of people suffering from mental illnesses today. And that's just one effect of it, right? The core purpose of life, as I said, there is no purpose, it is just to live and to experience. So you as a life, would you want to experience this in the way as it is supposed to be, in the way as it just is, or while consistently repressing yourself, while consistently being something else inside and presenting or even accepting yourself as something else on the outside. Authenticity is congruence between your inner self and outer self. And honesty is the truthfulness of information. For example, let's say you had a fight with your partner. Now, authenticity is owning that right now you do not feel the best feelings or emotions towards your partner, and letting yourself feel those not so good emotions. Again, there is no objectively good or bad in this world. It's the labels that we have given to letting yourself feel the anger or grief, whatever you feel towards the person or in general. But the society has conditioned us to even repress that. So you can say honesty would be you just go ahead in front of them and share that yes, I am angry with you. So that is the truth of your state. But authenticity is even if you don't express towards them, even if you don't go up and beat them, even if you don't go up and abuse them, at least you allow yourself to feel that anger towards them. Because if you don't, what happens? You repress that anger. We think the society has conditioned us to think that it's okay to repress emotions. And repressed feelings or emotions, the energy just magically goes away. But guess what? It doesn't. You can pick up any psychology book, any psychology, or just go up to ChatGPT and inquire about this. That what happens to the emotions that you suppress, that you don't let yourself feel? What happens to that? Your body keeps score. They don't go anywhere. They just get stored inside your subconscious, inside your body, and they keep driving you without you even knowing. So you are driven by those compulsions that you are not even aware of, which you were just taught to repress at some point or other. So why authenticity is important? Because that is the first step to living a blissful life. Now, there is difference between being authentic yourself and expressing yourself authentically. There's a difference between being and expression, right? So the first step is to start being authentic, and then the expression comes later. Once you start being authentic in yourself, your expression automatically becomes your authentic. Then you don't have to pick up any different identity in front of others. And even if you have to, you still know that you are doing that. You are aware of it. You know that at certain place you have to pick a role, you have to act certain way, but that you are doing authentically, not because you have to impress someone, not because you have to earn your right to be in a place or to do something. Again, to the entire day, the way I was thinking, I will talk about it, and things that I will share, it was pretty much different. And what I just spoke in the last few minutes, it did not come across as I planned it to be. But still, this is just the second day of me doing this. This is just the second episode. I haven't even thought of the title yet, but it would be something related with authenticity only. And yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Authenticity. That's it for today from my side. This is Samarbit. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.